because my man loves me so much, I've got him to hide behind this door. This is the love that you dream about. This is the Disney princess kind of love. Are you guys ready to meet the love of my life? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and happy Valentine's Day to you guys. I decided to do this video because I feel like I'm getting to the stage of my YouTube career where I can be honest and open with you guys. And I met the love of my life. It's so cheesy to say. I wanted to be able to share that with you guys. So because my man loves me so much, I've got him to hide behind this door. And I'm gonna finish talking about how we met, who he is, how we fell in love, and then I'm gonna introduce him to you guys at the end. Okay, where do I begin? So I suppose I'll start at the beginning. I have known him my whole life, right? We were kind of like family friends. So we went to the same nursery, we went to the same primary, we went to the same secondary, went to the same sixth form, went to the same uni. So he's currently at uni with me as well. So literally my whole life, I have known him. But I kind of knew of him. I didn't really like know him on a personal level. So he's the type of guy where everyone knew who he was. I wouldn't say he was popular because some people didn't like him. Some people do love him, but like he was known, right? You say his name, everyone will be like, oh yeah, I know who that is. So I personally didn't speak to him that much. Like most of what I knew about him when I was younger was what other people told me about him because like everyone knew who he was. And he was kind of just like, he was a topic that always came up. Like you just be hanging out in school and someone mentions his name, like, oh, have you heard what he's been up to lately? And like, I didn't really speak to him one-on-one, but I knew who he was. And he was a nice guy. Like no one really could say they had an issue with how he acted, but he was kind of like that guy that you say his name to anyone in the year group and they'll be like, oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. So with me and him, we never really interacted, I'd say, until lockdown. Like, of course, as I said, knew who he was, like mutual friends, but I didn't personally know him like that. And then during lockdown, I was very isolated, as was everyone, right? We didn't really know how to keep in contact at that point because the friendships I had in year 9, I was in year 9 when lockdown happened, the friendships that I had weren't really strong enough to sustain not seeing each other for that long. So I became very isolated and withdrawn. And he reached out to me, which was weird because like, as I said, we've never really spoke like that. Like I know who he is, but we've never really actually spoke. So he reached out to me and he's just like, I just want you to know I'm here for you. Like, I know lockdown's really tough, but I'm here. And like, if you ever need a friend, if you ever need a shoulder to cry on, like I'm gonna be here. And I was really touched because it's like, we don't have that type of relationship, or from my side anyway. I didn't see him like that. I didn't see him as someone that like I could go to when I had an issue. So I was like, oh, okay. So I took him up on his offer and we started texting and then we started talking and then we started calling, and it got to a point where like I was telling him everything about my day, he was telling me everything about his, and we just became really, really, really good friends. Good friends to the extent where now, okay, I called him my best friend. Like I really, really, really liked him. And I think this is when I realized I started to have love for him, but I wasn't really sure what that meant. So now we go back to school and I'm seeing him again. And it was like, he became my best friend in a way that I can't explain. Like the care and love and support that he showed me is unlike any other that I've ever experienced. Like it was so crazy for me to fathom that here's this human being who reached out to me, who like said to me like, I want to be there for you. So I was like, okay. So we get through lockdown, we get through secondary school, we get through sixth form, and slowly but surely I'm realizing like, no, this is my best friend, but I do actually love him. And so he was the one who told me, let's be honest, he loved me first. And he told me like, oh look, I know that I reached out to you in lockdown, but he was like, actually, I've been trying to reach out to you from when we were kids. Like I've always loved you, but I couldn't express it in a way that you picked up on. And it was only in lockdown that you were able to realize what I was trying to tell you. And I was just so confused. I was like, how, what do you mean you've loved me since we were kids? Like, this is not a fairy tale. What do you mean? And he was like, no, I have, like ever since we were young. And I was like, but you never spoke to me. And he was like, I did, you just never heard me. And now I was so confused because I was like, what do you mean? So he's like, I've been trying to reach out to you. I just wanted to be there for you. I just wanted to be your friend. And you never seemed to reciprocate me trying. But I was like, looking back now, I can actually see the moments in my life where maybe he has tried to reach out and I haven't noticed him trying to speak to me. But he was like, I've been trying to speak to you your whole life. And like, it was only in lockdown that we finally got to connect the way we connected. And we finally got to start this beautiful relationship. So then during sixth form, he was with me in my exam seasons. Oh my God, he was my rock in exam seasons, because it's like, he could almost just read my mind, that I could just go to him with whatever I was carrying and he just straight away would know what I was talking about, or straight away would understand where I was coming from. And I have never in my life been understood on a level like that. And it's honestly the most beautiful, freeing love that I can imagine. Like, he's genuinely just so amazing. I'm trying not to like fangirl over him because he can hear everything I'm saying. But he really got me through like some tough times. Like, he was really there for me, even when like there were times in our relationship that I've been angry and I've been hurt and I've pushed him away, and like no matter what I've done, he's always still had my back and he's always still cared for me and loved me, even when I've been acting like I'm not worthy of that love. So like, as I was saying about exam seasons, he was literally my rock. He was always supporting me, motivating me, like just always there. That's one thing I can say about him. Like, he's always been there for me. Like, there's never been a time in my life that I can think, even before we got together, when he wasn't there. Because as I said, like, everyone just knows of him. Like, he's always been there. And I realized that throughout our whole relationship, the one thing that has never changed is how he loves me. Like, even when I am mad at him, or even when I do lose trust, or even when I am confused, I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, he still continues to show up, to be there and to love me. And that's more than I can say for any other relationship that I have in my life. Like, as I said, this is the purest form of love I've ever had. And like, I genuinely just love him. Like, I actually do. And it's so crazy to me that I found a love like this. Like, this is the love that you dream about. This is the Disney princess kind of love. And I have it. And I'm so content in his love. I'm so happy with his love. And even the fact that he's with me, like he's at uni with me, it's so nice being able to walk around campus and just be able to have him with me, you know? So that is the story of how I met the love of my life, how we kind of got together. And now it's time to introduce you to him. So let me show you guys what he looks like. He'll come on, say a little hi, but he's a bit camera shy, so not sure how he'll be feeling. But let's get him in. Are you guys ready to meet the love of my life? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, he's not here, but he left me something. It says, hey, Jesus here. Remember I love you, and with the way the world is looking, I'll be back soon. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, that's quite sweet of him, you know, for taking the time to write me a note, even though he couldn't be here. But guys, I just want to say, if you don't have a Valentine's, and if you feel like no one loves you, I just want to remind you that there's someone who does. He loves you infinitely, no matter what you could do, say, or think. He loves you no matter what you say about him, no matter what you think about him, no matter if you believe in him or not, he loves you. And his name is Jesus. So if you're feeling sad and alone and you think that no one loves you, I just want to remind you that someone does. Jesus loves you and you are not alone.